Hi Collective, welcome to my channel, Crystal Shadow Work. Hi everyone. So this reading tonight is going to be for my chosen ones, okay? But it can very much be for anybody who finds it. If you do come across this warning, see, I just said this warning. If you do come across this message, you need to definitely take it as a warning, okay? Anytime you get in alignment with something, if you feel as though you should be worried, or it's a sign, or it's telling you something, then it definitely is. I guess what I'm getting at is you'll know that if this relates to your story. Don't be like, oh, well, I've been resonating with Crystal on some of my other readings, and then she gives this one, and then so I have to make it fit in my situation. Because I definitely don't want you to if that's the thing. Like, you'll know if this is for you. All right, because I guess what I need to calm down first of all. It's been a lot that's been going on and getting revealed to me. And I know that, all I know is that you have to always trust your intuition, right? And what you feel and what you know to be true. And even if you're not receiving the truth, and even though it could be extremely difficult because it's coming from your loved ones that you've never caught lying to you before, or break your trust or misleading you or whatever. Because things are being exposed this time. There's been some very much master manipulators, right? That the devil has been getting into people and being like a puppeteer, or turning them into these little puppets working for the devil, right? That's the only explanation that I can seem to get from it, because I was noticing a shift. I've been noticing a change in some people. And it's like a switch, it just flips. And I don't know if it has to do with a contract, because you've heard of some people that will sell their soul, and, well, from my understanding, I don't try to figure out how it all really works, but if you sell your soul to the devil, it's only going to be until he decides the time is up, and when the time is up, you then, in fact, are going to have to do whatever it is he wants, right? And I do believe that some of his things that he's doing is trying to take out the chosen, right? Trying to cause, meddle, whatever it may be, off track. See, that's how it was at first. We've always known that the devil was here, meddling and getting involved and trying to steer chosen ones, earth angels, light workers, star seeds, whatever you may justify yourself as. If you are a carrier of the light, if you're here with this divine mission to help with the shift to the 5D consciousness, if you're here helping, then this message could be for you, right? Or like I said, Source can use this however they wish. If you don't define yourself as that, but you come across this reading and you know that you're in some sort of situation, or you're feeling as though something is off. You're feeling as though somebody has changed. Somebody's not like who they used to be, right? That's all your intuition. Your intuition is what you feel before your mind has a chance to change before your mind has a chance to justify how you feel, basically. Okay. So what I'm seeing is I noticed a shift in my boyfriend, right? Well, now my ex-boyfriend. But I felt a shift. I felt a change, right? So I started to pull back my energy because I didn't like how I was feeling, right? So if you watched my reading last night too, I kind of explained a lot of what happened in the betrayal that came out and all of this stuff. But I'm not going to get into all of that. I'm just going to get into like where I'm getting the warning, because even though I did not know what had happened, I went off with this feeling, right? And I wasn't getting the truth, but I knew that if I wait for the truth will come out, right? So I left it alone, and now the truth's all being revealed to me. But I just distanced myself. I stayed to myself, but I still didn't feel like I was in a okay situation. I felt a little bit scared, right? Because of the darkness that I was feeling. And I was kind of going against that feeling because I didn't want to like stir the cauldron, right? Because it's October now. I didn't want to stir the cauldron, so I'm like, I don't feel right. Something doesn't feel okay. I don't really guys, I wasn't sleeping for a couple days even, because I was just getting so much anxiety in my stomach, and like all this stuff was trying to tell me that something was off, right? well, anyway, so I was getting a lot of enlightenment, a lot of messages, a lot of different things, a lot of beautiful chosen ones. We really do help each other. We start to feel that we need to put together a reading, right? Put it out there. So I was getting these readings and I was like, oh my gosh, they're revealing all of like my worst thoughts right now. But I was getting a couple different things and I was trying to not manifest it. And sometimes when it has to do with somebody so close to you, you don't want to feel or think as though they're betraying you or whatever. So I was like, whatever, I'm not going to, because there's spell work going on and everything else around me, that I'm not gonna let the messages or whatever or the things give me my final answer. I mean, yes, I have the thoughts about what had happened or whatever, but I left it alone. I'm like, I'll wait until I physically get the proof, right? Or the reveal, the big reveal. Because I know that this is a Libra season. This is the time of reveal and things being exposed. I know that we have a full moon coming, right? So anyway, I left it alone and I was pulling back my energy and my boyfriend was just not liking that I was pulling back my energy. And I guess he got extremely mad one night that I just went to bed and I was just, no, I'm not going to talk about anything. I just want to go to sleep, we can try to talk tomorrow, whatever. And like all of a sudden, like I just really started to feel those feelings intensify. Like, okay, this is getting even stronger and stronger, that things aren't feeling okay. And then the next thing I know, like he just grabbed me and like attacked me. And when he had grabbed and attacked me, and it, like I had gotten like I came to this point, like a flash, like a vision of like the darkest thing. Like I just knew that it wasn't him. And it was like he knew that I knew that I was the chosen one, and he knew my mission. It was like I got like a download as it had happened. Like he knew that I was the chosen one. He knew that I was gifted. He knew about my powers and my abilities. And that I figured him out because I was pulling back my energy and I was distancing myself from him, and that he knew that I was like moving away, that he wasn't going to be able to use it, because see, when I was distancing myself, I was pulling back my energy, so I wasn't letting him have access to my energy anymore. And it's like he knew, it was like the devil knew, right? But I had gotten this feeling like, even though like he just grabbed me and attacked me because he was just like so angry and frustrated, like he had tried to tell my kids later, because I won't talk to him about that, but he tried to tell them that he was, like trying to shake the demons and the devils out of me, because that's what manipulators do or whatever. Because, I was like half asleep, but I had said something like, I don't trust you. I think you're manipulating me and controlling me and using me, or just something like I had rambled off, and spell work and because I know there's spell work against you. And like, maybe I thought, a spell work, that he's got me under spell work, and him and his family. And but it was like the feeling that I got, I was so scared. It was like, I knew I figured it out. And I guess since I was half asleep or whatever, like I had just said it, because I was like, I guess I was just thinking, he'll leave me alone then. He'll just leave. I don't know, but this definitely, like, there's a couple warnings here. Because for one, I learned I shouldn't have done that. You need to not let your enemies know that you know something. You just need to. It's not worth trying to say, like, I know you're manipulating and using me, and like your only goal here is to, because guys, there's very much, some of you chosen ones, or maybe some of you just in a relationship, like somebody is straight up like using you for security, stability, money, but as chosen ones, it's like people sometimes look into our things and see the spell work and stuff is very much real. And I know that he was like looking into my stuff, and he was a friend of mine first, so I had already told him all about me being a light worker. And I don't often tell people I'm a chosen one, because this is back when I hit it. Come out with it now because I'm uniting you guys, but I still don't go tell like just random people that I'm a chosen one, you know. This is supposed to be, you know, to inspire other chosen ones. So anyway, you know, we just don't often go do that because we don't want people to come after us and our abilities and our gifts and stuff, right? Well, anyway, like, I feel this is important that for some of you, like, you're going to, when you go to this higher level consciousness, because those chosen ones are getting activated first, right? You're going to get the big reveal. Like, I was starting to see through everything like glass, like crystal clear. Everything, it was just like clarity, just there was no denying it. And then it's like, if I didn't address it or if I didn't affirm it, because see, I guess for me and my angel spirit guides, like, I have so many, and they want to make sure that I get the right and the right download or whatever. Like, I affirm it to them. So sometimes when I don't, it'll keep coming until I do. I don't know if everybody's like that, but that's what it is for me. So where was I going with that? I think I was going to say that that I hadn't affirmed it yet, even though I was seeing it, because it was like I didn't want to. So they kept giving it to me through, you know, through my phone, just different things, and they were trying to warn me too that I was in danger or whatever. Well, anyway, what I'm getting at is that feeling like I immediately, you know, like, got him out of the house and everything, and I know that I don't feel safe anymore. And this whole time, like, I've been sitting here, like, then he didn't even try to talk to me for like a couple of days, and stuff, and I had already like ended everything and all of that because I was just so freaked out, because feeling that way and stuff, like, it really scared me. And as much as he tells me otherwise, like, I can't deny this crystal clear clarity. Like, I knew that he knew that I knew. I hate when people do that. You knew, I knew. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew that he was only using me for my gifts and my abilities and my energy, he knew that I was a chosen one, and he was using me for that. And I called him out on it. He didn't like when I started to pull back my energy. But I guess what I'm getting at is like the realization that I'm getting is that was like, because he flipped. Remember I said it was like some people are just going to flip. Like, he was always nice and kind and sweet and loving, but then all of a sudden it was like something switched once I started to pull my energy back. It was like, I don't know, maybe if he had some sort of contract where it was like to get me, and then when he did or whatever, and then I pulled my energy back, the devil was like, well, guess what? Contract's done. Now I'm coming. I want to be repaid or whatever. That it's time, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he had done something to try to get me, and then maybe that was the contract, because I don't know. I don't want to get too far into it. I don't like talk about what I'm getting at is it was like he was like the devil. It's like he wasn't the same anymore, right? And like, I know the exact moment, like, it had happened and everything. But then a betrayal was revealed, and like, maybe when he went and did this betrayal, maybe that's when completely lost all the light and the darkness came over. So you can take however you want from this, but what I'm getting at is this is a strong message that chosen ones, you need to be very careful with your energy, with who you surround yourself with, who you let have access to you. Trust your intuition. We are under attack. The devil is getting very angry because a lot of us are starting to awaken and come out. So protect yourself. Listen to those feelings. Listen to the messages and the things that you keep getting, right? That devil energy can be very manipulative. And unfortunately, like, it's so sad because, you know, like, you still, like, it's hard, like, you want to send love and light, and like, still that's what I'm going to do, like, love and light, healing from afar. Just, you have to know you can't save people, like, you know, just like with the reveal, because yeah, I've been getting a lot of reveals that yes, you know, chosen ones are like some of just the enlightenment that I've been getting from other readers, seeing what happened, it's like it affirmed exactly what I knew to be true. So it was like I definitely got my confirmation, because I was starting to think like, well, maybe, you know, like I do spiritual work like out of my house, you know, like there's in times like I've even felt that I've pulled in some dark energies, you know, and I have to cleanse the house, and you know, I don't do any readings and that sort of stuff. So I was like, well, maybe he was just like had a demon in him or whatever, or maybe he just, you know, lost his cool or whatever. But it's like I know better, like that shouldn't have happened, you know. And it's like I feel it's a test too, because he being like an earth angel, I always try to find the love and light in everybody, and I always want to forgive and give a reason for it or whatever. But it was like, you can't go against your feelings. I felt that something was off. Maybe I was feeling what was coming. Maybe I was absorbing a lot of his energy that was making me just feel so dark and uncomfortable, because I was absorbing the darkness that he was in fact embodying. I mean, I don't know what it was, but you know, it just it really scared me, and I was very thankful that my son had jumped up and my daughter, like they were right there to stop him. Like if we were alone in a bed, like our bedroom, if we were just alone that night, you know, like the rage could have taken over, and sometimes that's how things happen, you know. And I was told that me and my family are protected, you know, by the angels and stuff, but they're going to protect you, but not if you go against their their guidance. And you know, so like if you get a feeling, like listen to it, right? Like I'm going to talk about another story one time too, because I feel empowered now by the time that I know that the angels saved me very much, because this is before, I've always known that I had strong intuition, but there's sometimes I would question what I would hear, because I was younger. I didn't know that it was called clairaudience, that I can hear the angels and my spirit guides and stuff. So anyway, so this is the time that like I was struggling, because I was living in a hotel. So yeah, I'm just gonna go all up there. So I had gotten to where I had lost my home, because I had gotten into some bad decisions. So I was like homeless for like 6 months, and I was living in the hotels, and I'd move every couple of days or whatever. Try to keep it fun. Like I always had a place to stay, so thankful. Like, but anyway, so I was moving around. So I wasn't sleeping very much, because I was really stressed out and stuff, because every couple of days I'd have to find somewhere new to go. But anyway, so I was a smoker back then. I'm not now. I was smoke-free for 6 years. But anyway, so and my boyfriend at this time wasn't a smoker. So anyway, like, he didn't always like to go outside with me or whatever, you know, because would never smoke inside. So anyway, like, it was the middle of the night, he was sleeping or whatever, and I wanted to go walk around. It was this really big hotel, and I went outside and I was having my cigarette, and it was like 4 a.m. and you know, it's like really dark and everything. There's a lot of trees and all this stuff. I'm walking around, and like I don't hear anybody, right? And all of a sudden, I just got a god awful feeling in my stomach. And then I heard loud as can be, run. And it had said stairs. Like, and I wasn't even facing the stairs, like I was facing the pool, right? And my room was completely behind me the other way. And so when I heard run and stairs, and I completely turned and looked at stairs in front of me that I didn't even know was there, I just threw my cigarette and started running. The next thing I know, there was a group of guys that were running after me. I guess they had seen me walking, and they were following me, and I didn't know that they were following me. So I ran up the stairs, and then I was told to run up the next flight of stairs. You know, even though I was tired, and I was like, I had thought for like half a second, like, no, I should just run this way and down the stairs. But I was like, no, I heard run up another flight of stairs. So even though I was tired, because, you know, sometimes you're so tired and you're so scared and your legs are all shaky. Like, I didn't even know if I was going to make it up the second flight of stairs. But I was like, that's what I heard them say. So that's what I did. I ran up the second flight of stairs, and I went around the corner. And the guys were chasing me, obviously. And right when I got around the corner, a lady had just came out of her room. Remember I told you it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So right as she opens the door, right there. So when the guys had ran up the stairs, they had seen me next to somebody. So they knew, in fact, that, you know, they couldn't grab me or whatever, that they couldn't get to me. So they ran the other way. You know, and they were all drunk and partying or whatever. But it was just like, could you imagine what could happen to me? 6 guys. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, you know, I was definitely safe from something because I listened to that feeling. Like I never forgot that. And ever since I'm a little bit scared to go out at night, like definitely something I had to overcome. But you know, it taught me like, yes, you have faith and trust. You know, your angels are going to protect and guide you. You know, but you still have to make smart decisions, right? And that's why I felt to share that part too, because it's like, yes, they saved me, but it's not where I'm going to be like, oh, I can go walk around at night because my angels will guide me if there's any, like, trouble going to come my way. Like, hell no. Like, I don't go, I'm still a little bit scared to go walking around if it's dark. Because of that, but if anything, like, it just made me more aware that if you are in those situations in those times, or if you feel though you're scared walking to your car or something like that, you know, like, if you get a bad feeling first, go ask someone to walk with you. But if you have nobody, you can ask your angels to help guide you, right? So they work either way, but very much listen to that feeling, you know. But see, you think that I would have learned because it was kind of, it wasn't nearly as dramatic, you know, but I don't know. That's what I felt to share. Because I got really alarmed with some of the messages that I was receiving that, you know, sometimes when people feel as though they have nothing to lose, those are the most ones that can kind of go to extremes, you know, want to hurt others, other loved ones, like seeing there's been so many knives and things like that, and then I just happened to look over here at my little angel warrior sword that got to remind me that I am a warrior. You know, us earth angels here, we're warriors. We're here fighting the battles, and we're so strong, even though we're very athletic and very nice, and people take our, you know, our niceness for granted and all of that. We're very much warriors. They can very much defend our family when we need to and things like that. And we're doing all sorts of slaying demons and all sorts of spiritual stuff when we sleep, because that's when we're protecting. We're fighting off so much stuff here. You don't even know. But I'll leave that for another reading. I don't know. So anyway, like, yeah, I've been seeing like a lot of different readings. People are talking about betrayals and things like that. And I don't know if it's because we're getting into the that Scorpio energy, the darker energy, you know, and there's a lot of, you know, all the horror films and all of that stuff, and people with mental illnesses and things like that, they're often the ones that can snap. And it's not even in fact that they mean to. It can be very heartbreaking too when you're losing somebody, or if you have the devil consume you and you don't realize that you are, because sometimes you get in such a dark place and that devil can be very tempting and very, you know, misleading. Sometimes you don't even realize you're embodying that energy. Sometimes people can get very dark and not realize to release it, that they don't even realize they're hurting those around them. And then especially when people snap and things like that, you know. So that's what I mean, like, your angels are always like guiding you and protecting you, but because we have free will, it's the choices that we make, right? So, you know, I was getting these warnings like days ahead of time, and then I feel like, even though I'm like trying to dismiss it, because I'm like, well, it was kind of like my fault, as, you know, I want to go back to that earth angel, like, you know, I pulled back my energy, I was, you know, being this way, but it's just been download after download after download that it was planned, like, it was very much planned. It was after, because I was a chosen one, so some of you could very much be finding out that you have people that are straight up just, they knew that you were chosen, they were gifted. some people know that how your energy level, how you feel good, especially if you have like healing hands, and people can feel it and sense it and know. And so you have to be careful. You have to protect yourself. Also, that's a big message too for my Reiki masters and healers out there. You guys need to be careful with your hands, right? The energy exchanges that you do. It's interesting is I came about it by accident. Is I like to get guided to different things, like and I had gotten guided to a reading of a master, of a guru in in India, I believe. And I don't know why I clicked on this video, but I was very drawn to it, and the energy level is just so beautiful. But he was talking a lot about over there. I believe that was the country, but how they nod instead of shaking hands like we do over here, because of the sacred hands and protecting your energy, because you in fact do energy exchanges with your hands. And that makes sense for us Reiki healers, right? We absorb energy and us empaths and things like that. So yeah, protect your hands, those of you that, if you may be getting awakened, knowing that you very much, that you're a Reiki master, that you have healing hands. Okay, a lot of you could be getting that realization and that ability. A lot of you may have always known, like I always knew there was something. You can't deny the feelings that you get. Yeah, protect your energy, your space. Listen to those feelings that you have very much. They're going to be very important. You're definitely getting guided. They told it to me 3 times too. Restraining orders, things like that. I've been seeing a lot of that in the readings, in court and all sorts of stuff. So definitely I felt to share that in this reading too. But if you don't feel safe, you guys can always, there's other actions that you can take to protect yourself. I think a lot of people like misuse those. Like I've had to get a restraining order in the past, because, I was, because just anytime you just, you don't know, because sometimes people don't know, in fact, how abusive they're being, and how it makes you feel, and how dangerous and scary that it can make you feel, and what it can do to your mental health as well. Like one of the scariest things for me is that, like, I don't always like to share this, but it's like, I don't have to tell people, but I feel that it's going to be for somebody else. Like somebody else may have like a very like sensitive heart, because I used to think that it was an earth angel thing, and I don't know, I guess I used to think it's because my heart was broken so much, and like when I get really upset or scared, my heart starts skipping beats and all sorts of stuff. And so maybe because I'm talking about the heart, like somebody just needs to be careful, like, and it's not meant for you to put yourself, you do not have to put yourself in those situations and put yourself through that emotional stress and worry. So like for some of you, it might give you a peace of mind to do something like that. I don't know. But for some of you too, like, know that is just, something you get through court, and, it's still just a piece of paper, that if you feel scared or whatever, you still have to call for help, you still have to obey it or whatever. But if you guys are feeling guided to moving and things like that, trust how you're feeling at this time, because sometimes you could be getting guided and move away from, sometimes you could be getting guided away from people that you didn't even know. It could turn out to be that way. I mean, this devil is like really, he's claiming the souls, I believe, that he took, and really, being puppeteer, controlling people. All sorts of stuff is like going on out there. So I wanted to put this reading out there. Like I said, definitely don't claim this reading. Don't think this is like something that's going to happen in the future. Like, take the enlightenment out of it. But you'll know by what you feel if you have to worry about something. Okay? All right. So I'm going to end this reading here. This was just one that I was told to do this download, right? And then I'm going to do another reading. I'm going to get into the portal energies that I was going to do last night, and then I got derailed for the night. So All right, guys. So definitely protect your energy. We are changing this world, though. You know, and unfortunately, these devils and these devil agents and, you know, all of this stuff has to be exposed and revealed, right? For us to be able to eliminate it, for us to be able to go to this 5D consciousness. I know that God's very much, you know, us that are getting into this 5D consciousness energy, we're coming up and we're moving away from all these energies. So this lower vibrational devil energy and things like that, it's being phased out. Like, starting to do Reiki stuff. It's starting to be phased out. Like, it's going to be dissolving. Things are going to be falling apart. And I had one more message too, is that sometimes when things are falling apart, they could very much be falling together for you too, for your rebuild or your restructure or for something new. So it's a message for somebody. So be optimistic, right? Even when things may be being revealed and falling apart for you. Right? Okay. Don't lose your faith and hope. All right, guys. Love and light to you all. Bye.